Hey there guys, what's going on? It's Talking Flicks here. I am going to be joined by my little buddy there, little Evan, mini Evan. He is joining us with this video, and we are doing another ranking video. After my last video actually got a few views, which is a nice start. We are ranking all the new releases for March 2021 that I saw. I also saw one other film that came out in 2021, that is Tom and Jerry. And I was not a fan, even though I actually really loved the old cartoon. Was not a fan of that movie, and it would go in last place here on this list. And also, unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing a cool video with this one because I don't think the music that goes in the background really work with the these movies aren't really together. It's not like it's a franchise. It's just a bunch of different movies pretty much put together. The only thing they have in common is that they came out in the same month, so that's why I'm not doing it. But let's get into the first movie, number 7. Number 7 is Coming to America. Now, Coming to America, if you're a fan of the first Coming to America, like me, I love the first Coming to America, you'll get some enjoyment out of this movie. It has some good jokes here and there, and it'll entertain you at the end. That's about all I have to say. It's an entertaining enough watch. The acting is fine. It's an underwhelming sequel, absolutely. It's nowhere near the original to me. It's not necessarily a good sequel at all. It doesn't build on the greatness of the first one or anything. It's fine. It's a watchable, fine sequel. It has a few funny parts. It actually does have a few pretty good lines, especially some nice callbacks to the original, joke-wise, which I actually really enjoyed a lot of jokes in this movie. So, at the end of the day, the movie's funny, but because the movie made me laugh, for me, it did its job. I thought it was satisfying in that regard, and so I thought the movie was fine. Also, there are no spoilers in this video in this ranking, so that's nice. And so, for it's a 63% for me. It's alright. It's nothing special at the end of the day. It is just, when I have the first Coming to America, I can just watch instead. Why would I go to this one, But let's move on to number 6. Coming in at number 6 is going to be, there we go, South Park Vaccination Special. Yeah, there's a weird one to include because, it's a 47-minute short, not really short, but, how do I call it, special. It's not really a movie, but it kind of is like a movie. It's like a short movie. And, I watched the Pandemic Special. If you want to know my South Park history, I'm not the biggest South Park fan. I enjoy it, but I don't really watch the show. I watched the movie, and I watched the Pandemic Special, and I actually really enjoyed those a lot. I'm like, I should probably watch this. I hope I like it. And I kind of like it. The thing is, it's not that funny to me. I think they go too far with some of the jokes, and it's like when your friend makes a joke about something that just happened, and it's a sad event, and the sad event is kind of just still sinking in, and it's like, too early, too early for the joke. Maybe if I watch it now, because I watched it a bit less than a month ago, so 65%, alright. It didn't really do much for me. For me, the best part of the last special was Randy, and he was barely in this, so that sucked. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Vaccination Special. Now, number 5. Coming in at number 5 is Boss Level, a movie that was not on my radar at all going into this month. And I heard some decent buzz on it, so I checked it out, and you know what? It's not a great movie, but it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun action time loop movie. And I went into this movie pretty much knowing nothing. All I knew is that it has Frank Grillo, Mel Gibson, and it's a time loop movie. And I had a lot of fun knowing all that information. And that's pretty much the same amount of information I'm giving to you guys. So, it has some really good action in there. It has a nice heart in the movie. And overall, it's just a good time. It's not a great movie. It's not going to knock your socks off or anything. But it's a good and enjoyable movie. And that's what's most important at the end of the day in a movie. What doesn't entertain you, this movie entertains me. I had a lot of fun watching Boss Level. All the acting is really good. The story's nice. Like I said, there's some really nice heart in there. Especially, actually, no, I don't really want to touch on the plot points here. So, yeah, 73%. I think it's a good film. Nothing too special, but a good film. This is the sort of movie you'd want in a month or in a time like this. Number 4. Number 4 is going to be Godzilla vs. Kong. My oh my. I've talked a lot about this movie. Let's see, I did my Godzilla vs. Kong review, did the Monsterverse ranking where I talked about it more, and now I'm going to talk about it more here. Of course. This has been non-stop Godzilla vs. Kong. I watched this movie 3 times, twice at home, once in theaters. That theater experience was awesome, by the way. It was my first time back to the theaters in a long time, and also I got to watch this in an Cinemark XD theater, which is just so much fun because the sound and the action sequences were such on a grand scale. It's really awesome to see it like that. But I'm not trying to factor that in too much to my score because if I watch it at home, I'm not going to get the same experience. Every other time I watch it, I'm probably going to be watching it at home. I'd be surprised if I go back to the theaters to watch this. But I still really enjoyed the movie. The action is loads of fun. Kong, Godzilla, loads of fun. The thing that holds it back a bit for me, I think it's 78%, I think it's a good movie, but the thing that holds it back a bit for me is that there's this subplot with Millie Bobby Brown and Brian Tyree Henry, and kind of just goes nowhere. It could have not been in the movie, and it would have been fine. I think it honestly would have been better. But still, really good and fun. But now, number 3. Coming in at number 3 is... And that's when you realize your microphone was muted and you have to go over this again. Alright, Nobody. Nobody was a great action film. That, again, another surprise. This year has been full of surprises for me because I was not expecting March to be this good of a month, and Nobody only enhanced it. Has great action, great characters, great acting. Christopher Lloyd stole the show as Hutch's dad, and just wow, so much fun. It's a lot. This movie reminds me a lot of John Wick. Whilst I do prefer John Wick because of the world building it does in that movie, and I just freaking love John Wick. I love this movie too. This movie is great as well. I love Nobody. It absolutely surprised me and just wow. Really good storytelling, great action set pieces. When I watched this in theaters, I didn't see any of the trailers, really. I didn't see any of the action sequences, and so I was just surprised by how good all of the action was. And something that I like about this, 87% by the way, this is a great movie. Something I like about this is that Hutch gets beat up a lot. It's not just he's immune to everything, he does get beat up, and I do like that a lot about this movie. So now let's get on to number 2. I said March was full of a lot of surprises, and Raya and the Last Dragon may just be the most surprising of them all. Geez, where do I begin with this one? Let's just talk about all the great stuff. Let's see, I have a little list of all the great stuff here. Let's see. Has great heart, great animation, great action, great humor, awesome characters, great entertainment value, great. Did I say great characters? I did say great characters. Very good story. Just everything about it was great. I will say Sisu, the dragon, annoyed me a little bit in the beginning, but I get more used to the character as time goes on. And I love the grand scale of the story. It reminds me a lot of Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Because, honestly, well, I'd really be spoiling those 2 movies, not Raya here, so I'll just say it. If you haven't seen Infinity War and Endgame, what's the matter with you? The snap, and then it cuts to 5 years after. Raya does some very similar stuff in that. I'm not spoiling it. It's 20 minutes into the movie, and they show it in the trailer, so yeah. 92% awesome movie, and because there's like a thing where bad things happen, the world is changed, and then it cuts to time after. That's awesome. I love that. Number 1. Loved Raya. Awesome movie. But, time constraints. Number 1. Number 1 is... You should not be surprised. It's Zack Snyder's Justice League. Because if you saw my DCEU ranking, saw my Justice League review, you will not be surprised by this. And, I still stand by everything I said in those videos. Amazing action, amazing score, amazing characters, great, even a really good villain. Very intense moments, like when they're building up the dark side, is very intense action. This movie is intense. I just wish I didn't see that freaking 2017 Justice League crap, because then I would have been surprised by everything the story does. It would have been even better than it already is. It would have been even better, but try and, not factor that into the score at the end of the day. Because that's really not this movie's fault. It's Warner Brothers' fault, so screw you, Warner Brothers. Actually, no, thank you, Warner Brothers, for releasing this in all seriousness. This is an incredible gift to the fans. And hashtag restore the Snyderverse, 97%. This movie's amazing. I loved it so much. This is the best comic book movie I've seen. Well, not best comic book movie I've seen. It's a very, very good comic book. It's one of the best comic book movies I've seen. That's why it's one of the best. And this might be controversial. I'm going to say it. This is my favorite DC Comics movie. and I just loved it. It was so epic, and it's exactly what I wanted, and so much more from this movie. So those are my thoughts on the March 2021 releases I saw. Comment down below what movies you saw this month. What are your thoughts on the movies you saw this month, or in general of the year? Um, Maybe there are some other movies you think I should watch. Please let them be free, like on streaming services or something. That'd be nice. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like. Check out some of my future. Look forward to some of my future content I'm going to do. Check out some of the past content I did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.